What's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Realignment Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course, versions number 17. As we are out here, man, we are going on the road for the very first time in this series. Hang on, let me switch it up here. That was one of the custom coaches. All right, much better. So we are going on the road for the very first time. We are taking on one of our custom coaches in this episode, as we are taking on Gentry in the Mid-Tennessee State Blue Raiders, who also come in 1-0. And listen, Mid-Tennessee State, they're just about even with us. They're B-minuses across the board. We're B-minus ourselves, but Mid-Tennessee State, they looked just a hair bit better in their game against an FCS squad than what we did. They ended up winning 49-3 in their FCS matchup, whereas for us, we only won 38-6, which, like, yeah, only by 30 plus points, right? But you know, we got some things that we need to work on. Let's see if we can go out there. Of course, I would like to cut down on the turnovers. We turned the ball over twice last time around with our quarterback. And I'm trying to win this game, and I'm trying to win this game in a big way. So, should be an exciting episode. I hope you're excited for this custom coach matchup. If you are, man, make sure you guys go ahead and do me a monumental favor. Smack that like button for me, and then, of course, hit that subscribe button if you have to be brand new to the channel. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Going out to Johnny Red Stadium for our first road game of the season. Alright, man, so Mid-Tennessee State is going to start the football to begin this game, and one thing that I definitely forgot about when we were going up against these guys, Coach Gentry, he runs a much faster offense than a lot of the teams that we're accustomed to playing. Like, they jump right into it. They do not mess around, and they are going to try to go ahead and run our defense off the field. So we're going to get tested for sure, man, as Always Sanchez throws a great ball over the middle, gets it out to Brian Battle. In Mid-Tennessee State, they're going to try and thread in here, but 3rd and 11, though. We'll see if we can get to Always Sanchez. He's a good quarterback, trying to get some pressure on him. And Early Austin, he's just got to get around this lineman. Yes, he does. Yes, sir, baby. Early Austin, the freshman, able to take another one to the crib, man. Touchdown, Spartans. And we'll take a 7-0 lead right away. We cut in front of that receiver, and the rest was simply history. DB just ends up going out there. He uses his athleticism, and we'll go ahead and take that first lead of the game so far. But Mid-Tennessee State, they do get the football back here. We try to get him to a 3 and out here on this 3rd and short, but Sanchez, he's going to get intercepted again. It's not going to be brought back to the crib, but it's still going to be really good field position for us here. That was Kenneth Wood that is going to make this interception here. Just cuts off Always Sanchez once again, and our defense is really coming out here and making them look silly in this one, as we'll try to make it a quick 14-0. Thrown over the middle, gets it out to the true freshman Wesley Johnson. And Wesley Johnson making his first catch of the day. Does make it a gain of 12, where we'll go ahead and finish off the drive here, as Nelson Sisk is going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. And we go ahead and we take that quick 14-0 lead. The Blue Raiders, they weren't ready for us here to start this game. We're playing extremely well. We'll see if we can continue to keep up that defensive intensity. That no-huddle offense could wear us down eventually. And we see a little bit here as Russ Hicks is able to find a huge hole up the gut. A gain of 17 there. But we don't let him get to field goal range. At least not remotely close. Not yet anyways. As we got a 3rd and 14. Throw over the middle. And we can't bring him down. 3rd and 14. We give up the first down still off of that? That's crazy, man. We can't be having plays like that. Not on our team. As now, Sanchez, he's going to throw over middle again, and he'll pick up yet another first down. It's his second third down conversion of the drive. As now the Blue Raiders are going to threaten here. Sanchez, he's going to look down the right inside, and it's early Austin calling up Drake's song because he's going back to back. He's going to get his second interception of the game. In the early bird gets the worm, and he's also going to get the interception as well, as that does give us the football right back here. Still a few minutes left to play here in this first quarter, as Mike Anderson, he is going to be gone like a girl in a country song, or at least he better be if he gets caught. I swear to God. Okay, he gets into the end zone. All right, cool. Mike Anderson. Keep in mind, Andrew Gray has only thrown a couple of passes to this point, like 4 passes tops. And he's already got 100 yards. He's got a couple of touchdowns to go with it. And we have really done a fantastic job in coverage, as Mid-Tennessee State, man, they did not have anybody, playing that deep safety role. They were playing upwards. And we just caught him off balance there, man, as Mid-Tennessee State, they are struggling to prove, as Coach Gentry struggling to find some answers here, as we continue to pound them on the ground, jumping into second quarter of action here, as we'll try to get another deep play downfield. 1st and 10. Gray looks over the middle, finds Leslie Johnson, and that'll be good for the first down. Nice little pitch and catch there. That gets us into field goal range again. But Sisk, he wants more than just a field goal. He is going to be very determined to get another touchdown on the board here. We'll see if we can make it happen here, as I'm looking at Aaron Ford over the middle. I got the matchup, but I'm looking for, we take advantage. Touchdown, Spartans. And if you are pulling for Mid-Tennessee State, if you're a certain channel member that's coaching Mid-Tennessee State right now, you might want to look away. This is not pretty for you. It just might even get a little bit worse as well, as we jump into the last couple of minutes here of this first half. Sisk with 50 yards already, so you love to see that, as Mid-Tennessee State makes a quick adjustment, but we just get it out quickly over to Corey Ross, who, no one was immediately on him, so hey, we'll just get it out to him right away. Gain of 24. And now just sitting on the edge of the red zone here is Gray. He's going to scramble out of the pocket here. Makes one guy miss. Almost makes a second. I'm actually shocked that he doesn't fumble the football here. Sometimes that can happen if you'll run with the quarterback outside of those read options. But Gray is going to lead his guys possibly into the end zone here, as Aaron Ford is almost able to go ahead and punch it in there. 12-yard catch for the senior tight end. And we'll wrap it up here with a quarterback option. Andrew Gray does end up deciding to keep it, and it's yet another touchdown for us. 35-0. That is what this score is right now. We're definitely killing shit. As now we jump into the second half of action here. As one more score here, I definitely will think about going ahead and putting the backups in already. It's a long football season that we're going to have in store, especially if we somehow find a way to make it to the college football playoff here, as we'll throw again. This time, Perry Robertson, one of the backup tight ends, he actually was wide butt naked open off that play action, and that is able to get a nice little chunk of yards there. So we continue to really just be surgical against this defense right now. Andrew Gray, he's been really feeling himself right now, as we throw again. This time, another catch for Aaron Ford. Tight area, but just threw it right in the spot where the tight end can come down and make the catch there, as Thompson runs it up the middle. This is our fullback, by the way, getting a couple of reps here. He's going to get a nice run there. But we'll go back to our starting tailback, Nelson 6, who's going to punch it in. It's going to be an absolute slaughter, as this game is going to come to an end here. I don't know why that green box is there on the corner of the screen. No idea what's going on with that, but I do know what we just did is absolutely embarrass this Blue Raider team. 63-0 being that final score. So we kind of know how Coach Gentry did in the last game. It didn't necessarily go his way, but what about the other custom coaches? We saw TCU, this defensive coordinator, have a top 25 opponent going on the road as well to play against Georgia Tech, who did make the college football playoff a couple of seasons ago. And Georgia Tech, they gave it all that they got, especially in that fourth quarter. They tried to rally back, but TCU, they come out on top 42-35. And Coach Gunner, leading this defensive staff, he does keep TCU in the college football playoff race, still sitting at number 4 in the country. As for Coach Jones, it was not a happy affair for the Mississippi State Bulldogs as they continue to try to build this program from the ground up again. They did go on the road to play against a top 10 Auburn squad at the time. And Auburn, shows why they're ranked as high as they are. They lose 31-6. Mississippi State still looking for their first win, while Auburn, who actually did make the college football playoff last year, they do go ahead and keep themselves in that race again, trying to make their second appearance in 2 seasons. But with that quick scrimmage that we had against Mid-Tennessee State, I'm going to go ahead and make this a doubleheader. We're also going to play our conference opener, the Bearcats of Cincinnati. They come into this thing 1-2 and similarly rated than what Mid-Tennessee State is. They're also a B- overall squad, B- offense, B defense. We're B ourselves. We come in, we're averaging 50 points a game, by the way, and we're only number 4 in the entire country so far. Absolutely insane stuff, despite the fact that we dropped 63 in that last game. Just a really interesting thing to really see and to really think about. But that being said, we did a really good job last game of taking care of the football, and let's see if we can do the exact same thing. So guys, if you're really enjoying this, by the way, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you have to be brand new. Let's jump into game number 2 and see if we can go ahead and get that same result. So we jump into the second game of this doubleheader, and I'm looking to repeat the success that we had in our first matchup, and things are looking good as we get a nice ball thrown to Aaron Ford to get this game rolling. First really big play of the game here, so we'll see if we can follow that up with another big pass play. We got a man wide butt naked open. It's Mike Anderson. It's the senior wide receiver that is going to go ahead and take it to the crib. Touchdown Spartans, as that is a 92-yard drive that we just had, done in a couple of plays, and we will end up striking first against this Bearcat squad, taking an early 7-0 lead here in the first quarter, as our defense has been holding strong here thus far. We'll see if we can keep it up here in this, later on in the first quarter. Yet another drive for us. And it starts off well. We get Wesley Johnson more involved in the offense. He makes a nice catch. Gain of 19 there, as we're looking to get to about midfield for this next play. One-on-one coverage on the outside. And we're going to get it out to Wesley Johnson once again. A 15-yard reception that gives us exactly what we're looking for. A first down across midfield, as we're really starting to see this running game coming together. I had some concerns after that FCS matchup that we had in the previous episode, but as of right now, things are going really well. I like what I'm seeing so far, as Aaron Ford's going to go ahead, make that 12-yard catch. Is now 1st and 10 coming up. Gray coming up under center, looking over the middle. Aaron Ford by himself, and oh, that's not a touchdown. Yo, that's crazy. I thought they were going to call that a score for us. Not that it hurts us in the long term. We still get our 6 points, but man, I feel like Aaron Ford definitely got robbed there in that spot. You saw where he was, right? Like that, I feel like that would have been at least reviewed, but Booth decided not to look at it. So hey, it's whatever. It is what it is. We're up 14-0 as the Bearcats are going to break out the Wildcat, and man, were we unprepared for that. Ryan Herring has to step in. No, he breaks the tackle. Thankfully, the rest of our defense does end up catching up, but man, Michael Holmes. He was very close to taking that to the crib. As now, 1st and 10 coming up. Lambert dropping back, looking over the middle to Thompson. And Thompson's going to make that catch and fight his way forward for the 1st down. As the Bearcats are trying to manifest their first points of the game here. Another handoff for Thompson, who's going to take a couple of our guys for a ride, actually. He will be brought down inside the 5-yard line eventually, but don't like to see your defenders getting, pushed around like a rag doll. And that will, of course, lead to the Bearcats getting into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Cincinnati, as we did have that opportunity to make a TFL, but, unfortunately for us, we did kind of slip a little bit. I can't even blame that on defender. That's completely on me. Y'all already know I am not the best on defense. I'm more of a offensive guru. That's why we always start as a offensive coordinator when we're like following a coach instead of following a particular team, right? But anyway, 2nd and 10 coming up here. We're gonna get a decent throw over the right hand side to Aaron Ford, able to get it away from that linebacker, so that linebacker didn't have a chance to make a play on the football. But 3rd and short coming up here, though. We got our fullback in the game, Thompson, who doubles as our backup running back, and that's why it's really important that Nelson Sisk, although he's not that great of a tailback, he needs to remain healthy, because we're a little bit fit at the running back position. So his health is definitely important for sure. As we'll throw again on 2nd and 1. Gray's going to look over to Nelson Sisk. Speaking of the devil there. And that will get us, 11-yard grab, goal line situation. Couple plays later, inside the 5. Going to try to toss it out to the outside. We'll see if we can get the blocks that we're looking for. And sure enough, we do. Nelson Sisk takes care of the rest. That's a touchdown for the Spartans, baby. 21-7 being the score as of now, midway through the 2nd quarter, by the way. But we'll jump over into the 2nd half, as not really much happens after that. We're still up 27-10. We'll see what we got going on. I'm going to move Nelson Sisk out to the outside as Cincinnati sends the blitz, but we get it out to Aaron Ford, as we recognize right away that brother was wide butt naked open there. And that is able to, be an easy pitch and catch for us, as we'll get it out to Mike Anderson. Couple plays later, he gets it to roughly around the 20-yard line, giving us another opportunity in the red zone. Anderson, by the way, with over 100 yards receiving. He's having a good day in this one. We'll see if we can possibly get him in the back of the end zone here, but instead got the middle of the end zone open, and Perry Robertson is going to take advantage, as the backup tight end is going to get some points in the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans! And that gives us a big enough lead to have it secured. So we start this year off really good, man. 37-10 ends up being the final score. We get, hopefully, if the game doesn't freeze, I'll be able to show the stats for you guys, because we did beat them last year, but got a little bit screwed over. But for now, great performance for our guys. So it was a brilliant performance for our football team, as Andrew Gray has really improved from last season, in my opinion. 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers again, and he was a great passer too, 23 for 29. That was a huge reason why we won this game. But Nelson Sisk, he's finding some holes in that running game as well. The run game is getting improved, as he ends up with 2 touchdowns on the day, 26 carries, 118 yards. Anthony Thompson, the fullback, also chipping in with 6 for 35. As for the receiving game, we actually did end up having 2 separate receivers who ended up with 100 yards receiving. Aaron Ford was one of them. He ended up with 8 catches, 145 yards. He was a problem for the defense, but so was Mike Anderson, who ends up with 121 yards, a touchdown, and 4 receptions to go with it as well. Perry Robertson, the backup tight end, actually, and he'll be the starter next year. He ends up with 2 catches and 22 yards, while also finding the end zone. Defensively, this defense was really locked down, and while we didn't force any turnovers in this particular game, allowing Cincinnati to only score 10 points is a really good sign, as Kenneth Wood, our outside linebacker, led the team in tackles today. He ends up with 7 tackles. Ryan Herring, Mike Scott, as well as Patrick Goshwin all end up with 5 tackles as well to go with it. But we also got to this quarterback as well to go with those tackles, as Greg Allen, our senior defensive lineman, he was able to get a sack today. PJ Fodenoff, another defensive tackle, he also got a sack. And then the same could be said for Nathan Nelson and Mike Scott, the upperclassmen really stepping up in terms of applying some pressure on the defensive side of the football. And our performance against both Cincinnati and Mid-Tennessee State is bringing in some really good results on the recruiting end as well. We're bringing in Bill Rice, Jesse Clay, Brandon Davis, and Xavier Williams to go with it. 4 really nice players, I think, that could contribute to our squad day one if need be. Getting 4 of these guys that early is going to be really valuable for the rest of our recruiting process. But while I haven't seen any custom players officially commit on the dotted line yet, let's go ahead and take a look at this recruiting update just to see where we stand in the early cycle of this year 5 recruiting process, as we are sitting as the number 2 recruiting class in all of college football right now. We got 2 blue chip guys as an athlete and as a running back as well. Also got a few 3-star players, and of course a fullback that we need to sign, because we did indeed have a need for the fullback position. The only recruiting class actually that is better than us right now is Georgia. Georgia also in the college football playoff race. They have the number 1 class right now. Deontay Banks, a 5-star tight end, is their main signing. They also got a 4-star running back as well. Checking out the other teams that have top 10 recruiting class, they got Clemson, they got Texas A&M at number 4, UCF, they have really turned to a great program. They're number 5 right now. Ohio State, who will play later this season. Louisiana Tech, surprisingly. Rutgers is in here as well early on, as is Minnesota, and the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette that are going to go ahead and round out this top 10 as of right now. But next episode, we will actually have our first big test of the season. We played some Western teams so far, and we took care of business against them, but we go on the road. We go to Columbus to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes, who are undefeated and ranked in the top 25 as well. They are looking to get back into the college football playoff for the first time in a long minute. So it's going to be a fun episode, man. I'm really excited to see how this game turns out. I love top 25 matchups, and I know you guys do. Therefore, what I need you guys to go ahead and do real quick, do me a favor, smack that like button for me, hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new. This is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.